Well, one of the stars who shined brightest in the first game was Pascal Siakam. The young Raptor forward has been the most improved player in the NBA in the eyes of several analysts, and now he's helping lead the team on the biggest stage ever. Now, someone who knows the Cameroonian very well is his college coach, Marvin Menzies. Coached Siakam for the New Mexico State Aggies from 2014 to 2016, and he's going to be at the game tonight at the invitation of Pascal.
It's pretty cool. I told him if he makes the finals, I'll definitely come. I've been a little busy during the season, but having the opportunity to come see Pascal play is it's amazing. This city is lit. I've been in a lot of different environments where the guys are in the finals, the Showtime Laker days and stuff, but this is another level.
I know. Well, it's not just the city. Basketball fans across the country, and if you weren't a basketball fan before Thursday, you are now, because it's the only NBA team in the country. But, talk to us a bit about his raw talent here, because Pascal Siakam, as I say, acknowledged as the most improved player in the NBA this season. Mm-hmm. But here's a guy that really just started playing organized formal basketball 7 years ago, and Here he is, top of the game in a championship series. Talk to us about the raw talent that is Pascal Siakam.
Well, that's exactly what he was when I first encountered him 8 years ago, is just a raw talent. You always see those kids and you figure out eventually how to try to, navigate them so they can be successful either on or off the court. But he's been blessed with some special skills, and he's actually maximized them just because of his ethics, his character. He's just a big-time worker, he's the epitome of a gym rat, and he enjoys it all.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that, because it has been noted. Yes, he has this raw talent, but there's this other part of him that make people fall in love with Pascal Siakam, and it seems to be just that he is this stand-up young man. Talk to us about the character and what makes him so special.
I think a lot of his character and his ethics were instilled, obviously, by his roots. He comes from good stock, as my mom used to say.
Raised well.
Raised very well. And now the fruits of their labor is coming to fruition, just basically because he got those lessons young. His drive, his passion, all those things are at a high level. He was a great ambassador for the university when we were there. I could put him in front of, he was the guy that if there was some kind of community service or some kind of event going on, let's make sure Pascal gets there, because he's just got the greatest smile, can light up a room. He's very engaging, and it's sincere. He enjoys doing those things.
And which people may not be aware of, this sense of sacrifice and doing good, because he spent his formative years in a seminary.
Yes, very much. When he was a young child, I think until he was 15 or 16, that was kind of, a lot of people know that. I think they've mentioned it now a few times, but yeah, he was studying to be, I think they call it a priest, or, and that was his deal. That's what he was going to be, and
his
all
father
of a sudden,
enrolled him in the seminary.
Yeah, and he was very, he changed when his father passed.
Because you were there.
Yeah,
his father was killed in a car crash while he was playing at New Mexico State.
Yeah, and the information was kind of sketchy, and we didn't get it everything right away. We just knew that his dad wasn't with us any longer, and so there was still, you're trying to disseminate that information, and then you're trying to comfort him and trying to figure out how to get him back home so he can go to the funeral. But his visa was in a period of flux, so. He wasn't able to make the trip, which was horrible. But my father had passed just maybe a year or two prior to that, and so I understood the mentality of what he was going through and the emotional roller coaster that was there. But he took that. He took that as an area of challenge in his life to use that as a motivation, and I think it kind of springboarded his. He was already headed in the right direction, but now he plays with a purpose, and it's very clear.
Well, I'll tell you, Raptor fans are very thankful that he plays with a purpose. Talk to us about Thursday night, though, because you are still in contact with him. He's obviously graduated from university, but you're still in contact with him, including Thursday night after their Game 1 win.
Well, we're going to get him graduated. He's still got some...
Oh, does he still? I thought he graduated.
I don't know if I'm putting him on blast, but he's got a couple of things that we're going to talk about when the season's over and get online and handle some things.
Okay.
But, yeah, after Thursday, we text quite often and stay in touch. And after Thursday's game, we kind of exchange stuff. And I'm usually more on him about staying humble and, keeping focused, and because I'm sure everybody's just giving him love, and your ego can get away from you. All men have egos, so they can get away from it if you don't stay in check. And so primary message I've had was that. But after Thursday, it was kind of like, it was just more of a celebrating kind of text, you know,
Yeah.
and I was just really, really happy for him. I told him I'd be here today, so I'm pumped up and excited to be here.
Okay, well, we are pumped up to watch your protege, if you will, Pascal Siakam, play today. Marvin, thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And that is Marvin Menzies. He coached Siakam for the New Mexico State Aggies from 2014 to 2016. He will be at Game 2 tonight. Stay with us.
Absolutely.